Hey guys, so as you might have known, I lost my camera battery and charger the other day, and that's why I haven't been able to make videos like this. But thankfully the new ones that I ordered in the mail finally came in, so I'm back to making videos! And I thought that since I would experiment with a new feature that YouTube recently added called 60 FPS video. Now for those of you who don't know what that means or don't care, well, but basically it means that your videos look silky smooth with 60 frames per second of movement. So if it looks kind of cool and special when you watch this video in HD, that's why. Anyways, so to the topic. Today I decided I would talk about what makes an archetype for you. What do you look for in a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype? So I thought it'd be an interesting discussion because not everybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh the same way. Different people enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh in different ways, and I feel that that's reflected in the archetypes that they tend to gravitate toward. Not everybody, for example, was interested in the slightly slower, more plussy, grindy style of a deck like, say, Fire Fists or Dino Rabbit, but they might have instead enjoyed the fast-paced style of playing something like, you know, Mermails or even Inzectors or maybe like Legendary Six Samurai when that was a thing. And still, you know, some people prefer control-y decks where it's more about, you know, getting a powerful board presence and pressuring your opponent as opposed to the decks that are just a lot faster and more volatile maybe. And as you guys know, my favorite deck in the game is X-Sabers. Huge X-Saber fanboy, really happy that they're getting new support. And I've loved this deck for a while, but the reason why I like it is because it's a bit slow rolly, a bit grindy, but it's all about gathering resources, and that's the kind of playstyle that I enjoy. I enjoy the idea of using floaty monsters to basically survive attacks and slowly gather resources to my hand and slowly sort of set up my grave and draw into more cards while my opponent is not forced to, but often chooses to overextend or feel that they're at an advantage because they're destroying cards like Emrys Blade, cards like Dark Soul, and really I'm getting the pluses from them. And then I'm able to go off all of a sudden with a lot of resources, and I get a lot of flexibility in when and how I can do that. And that's really why I enjoy X-Sabers, and a lot of the other decks I enjoy work somewhat similarly. I like decks that can sort of slowly get resources and still, you know, not lose in the process and then kind of go off in different ways. For example, I really like wind-ups. Wind-ups are a great one. I love the idea of just sort of using Wind-Up Rabbit and Factory and sort of slowly gaining advantage from there, or making, you know, free Xyz plays just to bait my opponent's resources. Decks like that. I like Wind-Ups, I like Gladiator Beasts, they kind of work similarly. Agents, you know, you've got these small little monsters like Earth and Venus making, I wouldn't say BS plays, but you know, simple plays that your opponent kind of has to work around, and then you've got your boss monsters kind of hiding in your hand. That's how I like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! But different people like to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In different ways, and I can totally respect it. So my question to you guys is, what do you look for in an archetype? I feel like there's certainly a class of player who likes to, you know, play something like Evil Swarms or Constellars, where it's a lot more just sort of back row based and kind of all about getting out a single monster and then just sitting on it. I'm not really a fan of this style of play, but I can respect people who are. You know, some people also like the whole, you know, OTK really fast style, and they're all about the turbo decks. People who like to play Fables, Junk Doppel, Quasar, OTK, and Lavals, and decks like that. They're just super quick, super, you know, just crazy fast, get out powerful, Quake monsters, flood the field. Maybe you could call those a bit of a one-trick pony deck. I'm not a huge fan of them, but, you know, some people like that. Other people are really into the idea of just blowing stuff up and quickly, you know, going through cards. I say, you know, those are the players who like the decks like Mermails, the decks like Inzectors, you know, maybe even the decks like Shaddoll's or Burning Abyss kind of also fit in that category. Whereas maybe Satellar Knights don't, and things like that. And, you know, same with Clefort, however you say it, I don't know. They're somewhere in the middle because they can sort of field flood, but anyway, they really can. But yeah, so it's just sort of, it varies with everybody, and I feel like that's kind of a bit of the beauty in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that not everybody likes the same archetypes, not everybody plays the same way, and different people are drawn to different archetypes for different reasons, and it even sort of filters and trickles down into the lower tiers. So not just the top tier, but You know, when you're looking at decks like Gustos, those favor a more defensive or sort of style. They're almost like X-Sabers, I'd say. Decks like Gustos, and what are other low tier decks? You know, Raccoons, that's a really popular one. And they're fun because they are sort of like a mini top tier deck in the way they operate, because they can still get a lot of advantage. They can still put pressure on the board. You could say it's a control deck. And like, I like that there is that choice in Yu-Gi-Oh! That you aren't bound to a certain style of play. Different archetypes play differently. Spellbook players, they're a great example. I really like that most spellbook players seem to enjoy decks that are all about careful resource management and, you know, slowly gathering advantage. It's similar in a way to a lot of other archetypes, but spellbooks have their own little twist to it. So my question for you guys today is, what really makes you enjoy an archetype? What qualities does an archetype need to have? Does it need to have lots of draw power or lots of defensive power, be super consistent, be all about, you know, searching cards? Does it need to be really aggressive or have like high attack monsters? There's more about beatdown, or, you know, pop a lot of cards because a lot of people like, you know, just popping things. Do you, you know, prefer fusions or rituals or synchros or xyz? You know, what do you kind of like to be in your archetypes? What is your Yu-Gi-Oh pasta? Your Yu-Gi-Oh copy pasta? Copy pastorino, frappuccino. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what I was just wondering, because I like X-Sabers and decks that work similarly to X-Sabers. You can pretty much name them, zombies, things like that. But everybody's different. Everybody has their Yu-Gi-Oh preference, and as I said before, that's sort of the beauty of the game. So in the comments, please let me know what your favorite qualities to look for in an archetype are. What are the types of things that make an archetype appealing to you? I'd like to know in the comments. I'll be down there responding. And also, please check out my new video game channel that I recently started. It's called Paul Plays. There's a link in the description. And I just upload video games. I play a lot of fun video games, and the twins and Trell are often involved. We play with commentary. Things can get really crazy, really salty, really fun. And I'm looking to build it up. So obviously I'm not quitting this channel, but I'd like for you guys to please show some support. Check out a video, subscribe if you enjoy what you see, share it around a bit. I appreciate that a lot. And if you haven't already, please vote in the Yugitube Choice Awards that Tom from Team D-Boys and I are co-hosting. A lot of the awards are getting really tight. There's some tight battles going on. So there's a link to vote down there in the description too. Vote for your favorite channels. You don't have to vote for me, I don't really care, but please vote for, you know, the channels that you like. There are 10 different categories, and we're really excited about the show. And last but not least, I'm almost to 10,000 subscribers, so I appreciate every subscription. Everything counts. I have a special live stream planned for when I reach it, if I can get to it sooner than December the 5th. So hopefully that goes well. And that's all for this video. Follow me on social networks, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Thank God I finally have my camera back. Hope you enjoyed 60 FPS video, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.